Well, hey there. Welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And today, the movie I'm reviewing is called Hypnotic. This psychological crime mystery is now available in select theaters. It's rated R and is an hour and 32 minutes. The movie review mom grade I'm giving it is a B. I actually really liked this movie. I think I enjoyed it more than most film critics for some reason. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm going to first give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things that I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, interesting lines, funny lines, and recommendations for other films that are sort of similar, that if you like those films, you'll like this one. Or if you like this one and haven't seen those ones, then I think you'll like those. All right, so let's dive in. In a nutshell, the mind-bending movie was written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, along with some rewrite help by a family member, Max Borenstein. Rodriguez also recruited other family members to help him in various roles of the filmmaking process. His son, Rebel, composed the musical score, while his daughter, Rhiannon, worked on storyboards, and his other son, Rocket, helped him with editing. I think that's awesome. I had a son who talked about going into filmmaking, and I was like, yay, I want to do it all with you. And I don't know if that's why, but obviously he didn't go into filmmaking, which is a shame. But anyway, the story is about a detective who investigates the mystery of his missing daughter and a secret government program. So that's a pretty vague introduction, necessarily so, because there are a lot of twists and turns in the story. So let me share some of the things that I really liked about this movie. So the capable cast includes Ben Affleck, Alice Braga, William Fichtner, Jeff Fahey, J.D. Pardo, Jackie Earle Haley, Dio Okeniyi, Kelly Fry, and the adorable young actresses Hayla Finley and Ione Olivia Neves. So they all do a fantastic job. The film definitely plays on every parent's worst nightmare, which is experiencing the kidnapping of their child, right? The hypnotic power that certain characters have in the film is the same as the Jedi mind trick that we've seen and loved in the Star Wars movies for years, something everyone wishes they could possess. These are not the drones you're looking for. There, I'll tell you a little bit more about that, but I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but it's super interesting. There are a few moments of light humor, but otherwise, I think the movie is very serious as an action drama. The twists in the story are very entertaining and forced me to rethink everything I've previously seen. I love movies with layers that challenge me to guess what's going to happen next. Apparently, the director really gets a kick out of the line about betting a bartender to see if he could pee in a glass. Why do I say that? Because he used the same line in a movie that he did called Desperado, in which Quentin Tarantino stated it. There are quite a few action sequences that keep things moving and certainly keep things guessing, because you're not sure if what you're seeing is real or not. I liked that. However, there were a few things that I didn't like. First of all, some Ben Affleck fans might not enjoy the actor's deadpan delivery in his role as a detective. Some might even say he was phoning it in. Others might think it was a perfect way to represent a man who was completely traumatized after having his daughter kidnapped. So I want to know what you think. Comment down below if you saw this movie, and specifically, what did you think of Ben Affleck's performance and portrayal of this character? The movie is honestly completely unrealistic. So don't even try to point out the plot holes and why this movie could never actually happen. It's interesting. Just suspend your disbelief and go with it. Because of the many twists, there are a lot of scenes loaded with exposition to explain what just happened and why. And then in the next scene, you're like, wait, so that didn't happen, or why it happened wasn't why they told me. And anyway, again, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but it keeps you guessing. So let me give you some tips for parents. There is profanity in English and in Spanish. Some Spanish is spoken, brutal, bloody deaths, people in perilous situations, destruction and crashes, murders with a high dead body count, weapons of various kinds are used, and there is quite a bit of violence. So some of the themes that are illustrated very well are hypnotic constructs. And I just think the idea is fascinating to talk about. Other themes are free will, for sure, choices, family, love, sacrifice, imagination, control, trauma, and even PTSD, really, and perception. I love all of those. And I think that you could have some really good conversations with people after you watch this movie. So let me share some interesting lines with you. I like to write them down as I'm watching the movie, basically, so I can share them with you and you can kind of get a taste of the dialogue and the script. So one is this man who's sitting on a park bench, and Daniel Rourke is played by Ben Affleck. So he's trying to figure out all of the stuff that's going on. So he sees this guy and he says, hands up, because he's convinced that this guy is the bad guy. And the man says, but I'm the wrong man. And we see that kind of over and over again as he's trying to figure out what's going on. Diana Cruz is the character played by Alice Braga. She does a great job. And she says, as she's explaining to Ben Affleck this concept of hypnotic construct, she says, hypnotics have the ability to influence the brain, sound, voice, locking eyes. Hypnotics use them to make you see a version of the world that doesn't exist. And then later she says, hypnotics make everything that you see and do feel perfectly normal. So anyway, it's just such an interesting concept, and I like that. There were several movies I instantly thought of as I was watching that. And the first one, as you can imagine, is Inception. That movie dives into layers upon layers of dreams where the person doesn't know, are they awake? Are they sleeping? What's happening? And so I really like that. It's one of those mind-bending movies. Another one is The Matrix, where there's several Matrix movies and they're all good. The first one is the best, I think, by far. But again, where you're questioning reality and perception. And then another one is called Predestination. In other words, do you have control of your life, or are you predestined to make all of the choices that you make? How does free will play into those things? Anyway, I just think those are really fun concepts to explore in movies. So I hope that you enjoy this movie if you watch it. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. When you get a minute, be sure and like and subscribe and click on it and comment and all of those things, because it helps to spread magical fairy dust all over my YouTube channel, and that allows other people to find it. So thank you for finding my channel. Have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next movie review. Bye for now.